Hey, good morning again. So today is another day of my teaching job here in the classroom. So I'm gonna do Hyflex now. Well, it's Tuesday and it's usually Hyflex, and I am trying to set up my camera and thinking about using this baby here, and this is actually a manual setup that you do presets and then you use a remote control to control it. I also have one here which is Osbud, and that is an artificial intelligence camera which supposedly works better because you don't have to do anything with that. It follows you wherever you go, supposedly. But in my experience, it doesn't do it like 100%, like all the time. So sometimes it's stuck, and then you have to, it uses a face recognition for it to work. And then since I am wearing mask, it's kind of like of a, always a hassle to remove your mask, take off your mask, and then wave on it just to let that thing know that you're there and you want it to move. So it's kind of like, too much work for me because I don't want to think of that because I want my focus, with my teaching and focus my attention to my students rather than, thinking anything about technology, which okay, it doesn't really bother me that much, but I just prefer to be like smooth and easy flowing kind of teaching. So I'm getting lost here. So what I'm gonna do today is, this is our second day in this summer class, and since I haven't seen most of the students, especially the returning ones from another teacher or from another class, so basically this is my first time with them, even though they are returning students. So I'm gonna do an introduction again. This time it's gonna be a longer one, and I'm doing an activity with that, like we'll be practicing taking notes, or taking notes of important details. And then after each and every one of the people in a classroom introduce themselves, I'm gonna ask questions of, like, for example, I would say my name is Glenda. So I'm going to ask them to say their name and which country they are from, and they're gonna say two things about themselves and one interesting thing about themselves. So let's say I'm going to say I'm Glenda and I'm from the Philippines. I have been in the USA for 8 years, and I would say I am married. But it's very common. It's just an example. And one interesting thing about me is that I cannot eat banana by itself. Okay, it has to be with something else. I can put it in my oatmeal, cereals. I love banana bread, but I just can't eat banana by itself as a fruit. So this is what I'm gonna do, and then we'll have a memory game after that. Like, I'm going to ask them, okay, that person cannot eat banana by itself. Who is it? And then they will, have to, look at their notes and then whatever, or remember them. And but it's gonna be like a lot of people in here. It's hard to remember. So I'm going to ask them to take notes of their classmates' name and the important details about themselves or about their classmates. And once they ask the question, they should have that details on their paper and be able to answer me with the correct answer. Okay, somebody is texting me right now on WhatsApp. I'm not sure what she wants. Okay, so and after that, we're gonna be reviewing prepositions of place, the basics one, or the basic ones, which are the in, on, and at. Okay, prepositions in, on, and at, how to use it. In the Philippines, we actually teach that in preschools, but here I'm teaching it to adults, okay, emergent learners in English. So I'm gonna ask or teach them the proper way on how to use it, and I'm gonna distribute worksheets after that. They're going to answer some grammar, or fill in the gaps, sentences, and then after that there's going to be a paragraph writing and then sharing in small groups. It's going to be interesting for 3 hours. I think this is going to be enough for today. And yeah, you want me to say something about how to use in, on, or at? I have it right here on my screen. So if you're going to use in your sentences, you can use it in, in rooms, like rooms in your house, like living room, or room numbers, or room in a building, like room 2 or room 3, room 4, room 514. You can also use it if you're talking about states, so I'm in Arizona. Or you can also use it if you're talking about country, like I'm in the Philippines, okay? You don't say I'm at Arizona, you don't say I'm at the Philippines. You say I'm in the Philippines, I'm in Arizona, I'm in room 2, I'm in the living room, I'm in the kitchen. And on the other hand, is a little bit, so in is a little bit like in a general form, like no specific. On has something specific on it, but not really. So you can use it if you're talking about streets. So I'm on Main Street, I'm on San Jose Street, I'm on Fifth Avenue. You don't say I'm in, you say on. Streets, on. You can also use it if you're talking about floors, levels in the building, like you're on the 2nd floor, you're on the 4th floor. You don't say I'm in the 4th floor. No, no, no. Around the house, deck and porch. So you will say on the porch, I'm on the porch, or I'm on the deck. You can also use it if you're talking about lines, like equator. So Philippines or Singapore is on the equator. You don't say Singapore is in the equator, because they're not in the equator, they're on the equator, okay? But if you're talking about line, like you're falling in line, I'm in line. So you are actually in line. You're in line. Okay? That's the difference. I'm in line right now. I can't leave right now because I'm in line. I'm falling in line. I fell in line. The next one is at. Now, at is more specific in a way that if you're talking about address, there is actually a building number, or a home number, or a street number. So you can say I'm at 12 San Jose Street, or I'm at 12 North Avenue. Okay, specific with a street number, or home number, or building number. You can also say for buildings, you can say I'm at the store, I'm at the bank, I'm at the post office. At the bank, at the post office, at the store. So that is more specific. Which store, we don't know, but I'm at the store, specifically store, okay? There are exceptions though. If you will say you're at work, you don't say you don't use the if you're referring to your work. You just say I'm at work, I'm at school, I'm at church, I'm at home. You don't use the. No article, the. Okay? For buildings, bank, it is a structure. Office, it is a post office, it is a structure. Store, it is a structure. Okay, there is actually a physical structure. You use article the. But if you're just saying that well, actually, yeah, work, school, church, home has a structure, but the article that is omitted, you don't use the in there. You just see at school, at work, at church, at home. It's probably because of the pronunciation purposes. That's the only thing that I can think of. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope, I don't know, you learned something from when I've been chatting away. So chatty. It is 8:55. There's actually one person trying to, go online, but it is just, for 10 minutes. Unfortunately, it's just saying that she's trying to connect to the audio. I'm not sure if she can get in, not sure, but I will see you again soon. Take care. Hi, Shani. Hi, Siobhan. I miss you. Bye.